Please listen carefully. Stop drinking this beverage after 65. According to the CDC, over 68% of adults over 65 consume at least one beverage daily that may quietly contribute to long-term health decline. These effects often go unnoticed at first, but over time, they impact balance, bone health, blood pressure, and sleep quality. Many of these drinks are sold as healthy or energizing, yet contain ingredients that disrupt hydration, elevate blood sugar, and interfere with commonly prescribed medications. These risks are not rare. They're underestimated and widespread. After 65, your body becomes less efficient at processing sugars, caffeine, alcohol, and artificial additives. What once seemed harmless may now increase the risk of inflammation, blood pressure instability, or nutrient loss. In this video, we'll examine 5 common beverages and explain why it may be time to reconsider them. Everything is based on medical data, not opinions, so you can make informed decisions that match your age, your medications, and your long-term health goals. Soda. Sweetness that weakens your bones. Soda is still a daily habit for many older adults, often seen as a harmless refreshment. But after age 65, the body's response to sugar, acids, and additives changes significantly, turning that casual drink into a long-term health concern. A single can of regular soda contains nearly 40 grams of added sugar. That's more than what most older adults should consume in an entire day. High sugar intake raises blood glucose, promotes belly fat, and increases inflammation, factors linked to diabetes and joint pain. However, sugar isn't the only concern. Most sodas contain phosphoric acid, an additive used for tangy flavor and preservation. This compound interferes with calcium absorption and increases calcium loss through urine, gradually weakening the bones over time. A 2019 study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors who drank soda daily had a 26% higher risk of hip fractures. These effects were independent of age, weight, or activity level, highlighting soda's direct impact on bone health. Even diet soda is not a safe substitute. Though it's free of sugar, it still contains phosphoric acid and artificial sweeteners like aspartame. These ingredients may disrupt gut bacteria and contribute to increased cravings and metabolic imbalance. Ellen, 68, switched to diet soda years ago, thinking it was a healthier choice. But after a bone scan revealed early signs of osteoporosis, her doctor advised removing all carbonated soft drinks from her diet due to their impact on calcium loss. Caffeine is another concern. Many sodas, especially colas, contain enough caffeine to act as a mild diuretic. In older adults, this can lead to dehydration, electrolyte loss, and slight muscle fatigue, raising the risk of balance issues and falls. Daily soda drinkers also tend to reduce their intake of healthier fluids, such as water or herbal teas. Over time, this contributes to poor hydration and a higher burden on kidney function, especially problematic for those already managing chronic conditions. 1 can per day may not feel excessive, but when consumed daily for months or years, the cumulative effects can undermine bone health and physical strength. The damage is often slow and silent until a fracture or mobility issue brings it to light. Healthier alternatives are easy to adopt. Try sparkling water with lemon, iced unsweetened teas, or filtered water with fresh mint or cucumber. These drinks hydrate effectively without depleting bone minerals or interfering with blood sugar. If a drink as familiar as soda can gradually weaken your bones, it's worth reconsidering what other daily beverages may be quietly working against your health, especially those designed to stimulate or energize. Energy drinks, a quick boost, a long crash. Energy drinks are widely promoted as fast solutions for fatigue, yet few older adults realize how these beverages can challenge the aging body. After 65, organs involved in metabolism, hydration, and circulation become more sensitive to stimulants, making energy drinks a silent but serious risk. Most energy drinks contain between 80 to 200 milligrams of caffeine per can, often more than a strong cup of coffee. In seniors, the body processes caffeine more slowly, leading to prolonged effects such as rapid heartbeat, elevated blood pressure, and disrupted sleep cycles. Caffeine is a known central nervous system stimulant. While it increases alertness in the short term, it also places added strain on the heart. For individuals with high blood pressure, arrhythmias, or other cardiac conditions, the risk of adverse effects increases significantly, even at moderate doses. Beyond caffeine, energy drinks often contain additional stimulants like taurine, guarana, and ginseng. These compounds may amplify the cardiovascular impact, and in older adults, the combined stimulation can result in increased oxygen demand on the heart and reduced recovery capacity. Another concern is dehydration. Caffeine has a mild diuretic effect, and energy drinks can lead to increased fluid loss through urination. Even slight dehydration in seniors affects muscle control, balance, and thermoregulation, contributing to fatigue, dizziness, and fall risk. Sugar is often overlooked in these drinks. Some energy drinks contain 25 to 30 grams of added sugar per can. In older adults, this can cause sharp spikes in blood sugar, followed by a rapid drop, leading to energy crashes, irritability, and inconsistent cognitive function. Even sugar-free versions may not be risk-free. Artificial sweeteners, while reducing calories, can interfere with gut bacteria and affect blood glucose response. They also don't reduce the stimulant load that stresses the cardiovascular and nervous systems. Many seniors assume that drinks labeled natural or herbal are safe, but this can be misleading. Ingredients like green tea extract or Panax ginseng still carry stimulant properties and may interact with blood thinners, heart medications, or sleep aids commonly used by people over 65. Interactions with medication are a critical issue. Energy drinks may alter the effect of drugs used for blood pressure, heart rhythm, or even insulin. This creates unpredictable responses, such as sudden changes in blood sugar or dangerous fluctuations in heart rate. Another problem is poor regulation. Energy drinks are not classified as medications, so ingredient labeling is often vague. Proprietary blends hide the actual quantity of stimulants, making it difficult for consumers, and even doctors, to gauge the true risk in each can. Many older adults report an initial boost in energy after consumption, followed by a steep crash. This rebound fatigue can be severe, especially when combined with poor sleep the night before. The cycle of dependency that follows often reduces overall energy stability over time. Long-term use may also affect sleep architecture. Caffeine's half-life extends in older adults, meaning it stays in the system longer. Even morning consumption can reduce deep sleep quality at night, impairing memory consolidation, immune repair, and daytime alertness. Some confuse energy drinks with sports drinks. The two are not the same. Sports drinks typically replenish electrolytes and are used during physical activity. Energy drinks, by contrast, are designed to stimulate and are often inappropriate for sedentary seniors or those on medication. The appeal of quick energy is understandable, especially when tiredness becomes a daily issue. But for adults over 65, these drinks often create more imbalance than benefit. Safer solutions include consistent hydration, light daily movement, and stable sleep routines. If energy drinks can disrupt heart rhythm, sleep, and hydration so easily, it's worth examining what other everyday beverages may quietly challenge the aging body, especially those many still consider comforting or routine. Coffee, daily comfort or hidden risk? Coffee is a deeply ingrained habit for millions of older adults. For many, it's part of their morning routine, offering a sense of familiarity and a brief boost in alertness. But after the age of 65, the body responds differently to caffeine, and the daily cup or cups of coffee may no longer be as harmless as they once seemed. Caffeine, the primary active ingredient in coffee, affects the central nervous system by blocking adenosine, a chemical that promotes sleep and relaxation. While this increases wakefulness, it also places additional demand on the cardiovascular system, especially in older adults with slower caffeine metabolism. After 65, the liver processes caffeine more slowly, which means its stimulating effects last longer. A cup of coffee consumed in the late morning or early afternoon can still impact sleep quality at night, disrupting deep sleep phases essential for memory consolidation and immune function. Sleep disturbances are not the only concern. Caffeine is also a mild diuretic, encouraging fluid loss through urination. For seniors who are already at risk of dehydration or low electrolyte levels, this can increase fatigue, muscle cramps, and balance issues, factors that raise fall risk significantly. Regular coffee drinkers often build up a tolerance over time. However, tolerance doesn't eliminate all effects. Caffeine continues to affect blood pressure, heart rate, and cortisol levels. In individuals with hypertension or cardiovascular conditions, this stimulation may contribute to unwanted fluctuations. Another issue is how coffee interacts with medications. Caffeine may interfere with the absorption or effectiveness of drugs commonly prescribed for thyroid regulation, bone density, or heart rhythm. In some cases, it can reduce drug absorption. In others, it may amplify side effects. Bone health is another overlooked concern. Some studies suggest that excessive caffeine intake may contribute to reduced calcium retention in the bones, especially when calcium intake is already low. This may increase the rate of bone loss over time in older adults. Portion size also plays a role. Many seniors consume more than one serving without realizing it. A medium cup at popular coffee chains often contains more than 250 milligrams of caffeine, more than the generally recommended daily intake for older adults, which hovers around 200 milligrams. The way coffee is consumed matters too. Adding sugar, cream, or flavored syrups can significantly increase the drink's calorie and sugar content. Over time, these additions contribute to weight gain, blood sugar fluctuations, and metabolic imbalance, particularly harmful for those with diabetes or prediabetes. Some believe switching to decaffeinated coffee eliminates the problem. While it reduces caffeine exposure, decaf is not caffeine-free. It still contains small amounts of caffeine and may include chemical residues from the decaffeination process, depending on the method used. Cultural and emotional ties to coffee make it difficult to question its role. But for adults over 65, daily consumption should be reevaluated based on sleep quality, hydration status, medication use, and bone health. What works at 40 may not work at 70. Coffee may feel like a reliable energy source, but in many cases it masks underlying fatigue, dehydrates the body, and compromises rest, elements critical for healthy aging. Moderation is key, and timing is equally important when deciding whether that second cup is worth it. If a beverage as familiar as coffee carries these hidden concerns, it's time to examine what else might be hiding behind the label of health. The next drink is often found in social settings or evening routines, and it deserves just as much scrutiny. Alcohol. Small glass, big consequences. Alcohol is often seen as a harmless indulgence, especially when consumed in moderation. For many older adults, a glass of wine or beer with dinner feels routine or even beneficial. But after age 65, the body's ability to process alcohol changes significantly, making even light drinking riskier than it appears. As we age, the liver becomes less efficient at breaking down alcohol. This means alcohol stays in the bloodstream longer, intensifying its effects. A drink that once had minimal impact may now cause stronger intoxication, slower reflexes, and impaired coordination, factors closely linked to fall risk. Older adults also tend to have lower water content in the body. Since alcohol is water-soluble, its concentration in the blood rises more quickly. The same amount of alcohol will cause a higher blood alcohol level in a 70-year-old than in someone younger, even with similar weight and drinking habits. One major concern is alcohol's impact on the brain. Even low doses can interfere with short-term memory, attention, and decision-making. This is particularly problematic for seniors already experiencing mild cognitive decline, as alcohol may accelerate symptoms or make them more noticeable. Thomas, 74, had a habit of drinking 1 glass of wine each night. Over time, his family noticed changes in his memory and attention. His physician later explained that even moderate alcohol use was amplifying early signs of cognitive impairment, something Thomas hadn't considered. Alcohol also disrupts sleep architecture. While it may help some people fall asleep faster, it reduces REM sleep and increases nighttime awakenings. For seniors, this translates to poorer quality rest, daytime fatigue, and reduced capacity for physical and mental recovery. Interactions with medications are a serious issue. Many older adults take medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or anxiety, all of which can interact negatively with alcohol. These interactions may amplify side effects like dizziness or cause blood sugar fluctuations. For example, combining alcohol with blood pressure medication can lead to sudden drops in blood pressure, causing lightheadedness or fainting. With blood thinners, alcohol may increase bleeding risk. With insulin, it can mask symptoms of low blood sugar, delaying appropriate action. Another underappreciated concern is alcohol's effect on nutrient absorption. Long-term alcohol use impairs the absorption of B vitamins, especially B1, thiamine, and B12, both critical for nerve function, brain health, and red blood cell production. Deficiency in these nutrients may worsen fatigue or neurological issues. Alcohol also weakens bone density over time. It inhibits bone formation and interferes with calcium and vitamin D metabolism. When combined with already declining bone mass in seniors, this increases fracture risk, even with what might seem like minor falls or trauma. Social drinking is often normalized, making it harder to recognize its risks. Many older adults drink out of habit or social custom, not realizing that their tolerance has changed. What was safe at 50 may no longer be safe or beneficial at 70. It's also worth noting that alcohol is a source of empty calories. One glass of wine has roughly 120 calories, while a bottle of beer can exceed 150. Consumed daily, this adds up and may contribute to unintentional weight gain or complicate blood sugar management. For those concerned about their health, reevaluating alcohol use doesn't mean giving it up entirely. It means understanding how much is truly safe, how it interacts with your current medications, and how it affects your energy, sleep, and balance over time. If alcohol, a substance many believe they can handle, has this level of influence on aging systems, it's worth questioning what other drinks might also be misjudged. The next one is often labeled healthy, but its effects tell a more complicated story. Packaged fruit juices, sweet but misleading. Packaged fruit juices are often marketed as healthy choices, especially those labeled 100% juice or no added sugar. Many older adults believe these beverages offer a convenient way to get vitamins and hydration. But after age 65, the risks of regular juice consumption often outweigh the perceived benefits. Unlike whole fruits, packaged juices lack dietary fiber. Fiber slows down sugar absorption and helps regulate blood glucose. Without it, juice delivers a rapid influx of natural sugars, primarily fructose, causing sharp spikes in blood sugar that can be especially dangerous for seniors with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. A typical 8-ounce serving of orange juice contains around 21 grams of sugar, which is comparable to some sodas. While the source is natural, the metabolic effect is similar. Sudden increases in insulin demand, followed by potential energy crashes, hunger rebound, and fat storage, particularly in the abdominal area. In older adults, repeated blood sugar fluctuations can lead to greater insulin resistance and more difficulty managing appetite. Over time, this may contribute to weight gain, metabolic syndrome, and an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. The issue isn't just about sugar. Many commercial juices, even when labeled natural, are processed using heat and filtration methods that reduce the content of antioxidants and water-soluble vitamins. This means the actual nutrient value is often lower than expected. Pasteurization, while necessary for safety, breaks down vitamin C and other heat-sensitive compounds. As a result, a bottle of juice consumed for its immune benefits may provide fewer active nutrients than a piece of fresh fruit, or in some cases, almost none, after extended shelf time. Another overlooked concern is that juice calories are liquid calories, which the body does not register the same way as solid food. Unlike eating a whole fruit, drinking juice doesn't provide chewing resistance or the same satiety signals, making it easier to overconsume without feeling full. For older adults monitoring their weight, this is especially relevant. An 8-ounce glass of apple juice contains about 120 calories, with little fiber or protein to create satiety. Regular consumption can easily contribute hundreds of excess calories per week without improving nutrition. Juice also lacks the full range of phytochemicals found in the peel and pulp of whole fruits. These compounds, such as flavonoids and polyphenols, play a role in reducing inflammation and protecting cells from oxidative stress, key factors in healthy aging that juice alone doesn't fully deliver. In addition, some packaged juices contain preservatives, added flavors, or coloring agents, even when marketed as pure. These additives may be tolerated in small amounts, but for older adults with sensitivities or compromised detoxification systems, cumulative exposure may not be ideal. Low-acid or clarified juices may also appear to be easier on digestion, but in reality, they lack the complex nutrient matrix that makes whole fruits beneficial. Over time, replacing water or fruit with juice may lead to poor hydration and nutrient gaps, especially in those with reduced appetite. While it may seem that fruit juice is better than soda, the difference isn't as large as many think. Both spike blood sugar, lack fiber, and can mislead consumers with health halo labeling. For people over 65, the body's reduced metabolic flexibility makes this distinction more important. Safer alternatives include eating whole fruits, blending smoothies with added fiber, or infusing water with fresh citrus slices. These options deliver flavor, hydration, and nutrients, without triggering sugar spikes or undermining blood glucose control. If something as seemingly healthy as fruit juice can mislead even the health-conscious, it reminds us that the appearance of health is not always the same as the effect on health. As we age, smarter choices become not just ideal, but necessary. The beverages we consume each day may seem routine, but their effects compound over time, especially after the age of 65. What once felt harmless can now quietly disrupt balance, hydration, bone strength, sleep quality, or metabolic stability. This video has outlined 5 common drinks that may undermine your health as you age. These include soda, energy drinks, coffee in excess, alcohol, and packaged fruit juices, all of which carry risks that increase with age-related physiological changes. You don't need to eliminate everything overnight, but consider reviewing your current habits. Start by reducing high-sugar beverages, switching to water or herbal teas, limiting caffeine after midday, and avoiding alcohol when taking medications. Simple adjustments, like replacing juice with whole fruits or skipping that extra cup of coffee, can support bone health, improve sleep, stabilize energy levels, and reduce the risk of falls or cognitive decline. If this video helped clarify your beverage choices, consider subscribing to Health 1900s for more age-appropriate, evidence-based guidance. Share it with others who may benefit from small changes that protect long-term health. Disclaimer: this video is intended for general informational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Always consult a healthcare professional before making dietary or medication-related changes.